So you ever come out to the shop and wonder what you come out here for? You're gonna do something, don't know what it is. Well, there's lots of things to do. Like I want to flip the axle brackets on my new trailer so it gives a little bit more height up off the ground, but it's Sunday, I don't feel like doing that. I'm going to the barn here. 70 needs the left-hand handlebar changed. It's broke, or it needs taken apart and welded and fixed. 63 needs an exhaust manifold welded back on, as you can see here. Those two had a fight on the trailer. Won't get into that. Oh, and then I have the 74 408 needs the frame welded in the front there by the motor. It's got a low tire, could use a tube. But other than that, works. I think I am going to sell this tractor. I could get the 64 running again. This was a darn good running tractor. I just stuck the reel mower on it, and I don't really have a use for mowing with it. So that's something on the list. 44, I'm still in search of steel wheels. The guy who was supposed to buy them off at the mow-in never showed. So, still on the hunt for regular steel wheels or steel reduction wheels, which is what I was going to buy for a reasonable price. So if you find something, let me know. And there's probably all kinds of projects floating in here I can't even think of. 818 is doing good at the moment. The 73 408, as long as the camera focuses, there you go. Still need to clean the fuel tank out again. I cleaned it once. And I need to run new fuel lines. And then put a battery in it. And then that would make this tractor runnable. It will run and drive now, if you guys have seen it with the racing gear oil fuel cell. The 1970 408, it needs axle seals and tube. I think just a tube and a tire, this rear tire. And it also needs a battery and rewired. But it also will start run and drive if you hook a jump box to it. It has a fuel tank on top of the motor. Then I have the the Onan NB single walk behind project. I'd like to get going on that someday because there's a lot of parts floating around for it. This whole 400 transmission over there and everything like that. Back here, the Yanmar is up and running. I know I haven't posted the video of that yet. You gonna focus? There you go. Oh, 817 still has carb issues. I bought that brand new carb off of eBay and put it on. Does the same thing the original carb did. So I'm probably gonna just keep the carb off the 450 on it for winter, unless I do a little more tuning and it works a little better. I'll have to see with that. I need to put a mower deck on it so I can load test it real good, but I had it running good enough to go to the fair to run on and off the truck. It's not perfect, run with choke 3/4 on. But if you richened it up, so it would run without the choke on, a lot of times it would go along and flood out. So it's a whole lot easier to run it with the choke on and take the choke off when you need it than it is to try and unflood it in the middle of a parade or something. Onan NB, I have not taken the head off to look at the exhaust valve, and I don't think I've hardly run it since the last video I did with it running. Terramite needs the bucket welded. And there's something else I was going to do to it. I think about that a while, maybe I'll remember it. But I know I need to weld the bucket, was the main concern I had. And might replace or make up some bushings for in the boom. Especially in the stick, it's pretty bad. Because after digging with it at the mow-in, I noticed it drives sideways now. Like I either bent the stick or twisted it, one of the two. So I gotta look at that. And got a sickle bar laying out here. There's two different people actually interested in that, and we'll see if anybody forks up some money for it. So that's just projects in the barn. I know I got the 450 over there needs cam bearings. I have all the parts and the gaskets that are that somewhere. Did I leave that laying here, or did I stick that up here with the gasket sets? I think I did. What is this? Is this sounding parts? I think it is. Yep, there's the gasket set. Next good question is, what did I do with the cam bearings? There's a PTO clutch bought off of the same guy I bought the snow cab off of, for when I ever need to do one. So as of right now, that's kind of it. I got a bunch of projects that need done. A lot of it probably aren't really gonna be, I don't want to say they're not video worthy, but there's stuff I'm probably not gonna video, purely because, like welding the frame on that, I am by no means a welder. Sometimes I weld things and they stick together, so I won't say I'm professional on that, so that's definitely not a how-to video. But I would, like I said, the two 408s I bought this year, I think I'm going to fix, and I think they're going to be two things that are going to go. I actually sold the 72 430 off camera, and then I believe he resold it, so that is gone, the orange one. And the 74 812 is pretty decent, still needs the steering work. I got the hub changed, I did a video on that. 76 408 has been doing awesome. I've been running it at some shows and stuff, and it was starting and running good at the shows, which is good. I don't think I ever cleaned the carb on this tractor that I remember. So big plus. 49. 49, after I did the video where I changed the oil and it has been smoking at startup ever since. So I'm either going to have to switch to heavier oil, or I'm going to have to pull the motor down and do a top end rebuild on it maybe. It only smokes when you first start it, so I'm kind of wondering if the intake valve isn't, or the guide and the valve isn't worn enough and it's sucking oil up. That's something for later. And I did keep this tractor pulled out because I figured power wheelbarrow, I'd use it more if it's out, but I just haven't been feeling well enough to pull start anything lately. I've been sick on and off all summer, and doctors have no idea why, for normal. So some projects have been left by the wayside, which I normally would not have. So yeah, that'll just be kind of like a summer update. Maybe projects come, because pretty soon here I'm going to start switching to snow gear. 817 already has a blower on it, so I'll leave that alone. But the Point Pleasant swap meet is coming up. Hopefully I'll find the long frame drive shaft. I have the lift rod, but where the heck? I think I put it with the lift rods over in the tank garage for the front drive stuff. Because if I can find the long drive shaft, I'll put that 44 on the 16G in the cab, because the cab's actually made for that 16G. And we'll go from there. But anyhow, guys, thanks for watching. Call it like a summer update, and I just gotta get my butt in gear and do something. Lacking motivation. Later, guys.